Hi, it's Coach Ali here. I just wanted to come on really quick today and make a video for Emily. Emily, I want to say thank you so much for your support, first and foremost. And I think that your question just needed a little bit more of a detailed answer. So I wanted to make a video for you. So in your question, you were asking about this perpetuating kind of feeling of anxiety and the lingering thoughts that kind of accompany recovery, right? And first of all, I want to normalize that. Yes, you are right. It does take time for these to kind of fade away. So it's perfectly normal. It is absolutely a part of the process. So you're not doing anything wrong, right? First and foremost, know that. And then the other thing I wanted to say about this is when we have gone through a really challenging traumatic experience like insomnia, it's going to take a while for our nervous system to re-regulate, for our nervous system to settle, okay? So when we have gone through any kind of a really challenging or intense life event, our nervous system is going to be more in a high alert, hypervigilant mode, and that is by design. It's a feature, not a bug of the system, but it does take us, right, responding in a new way to show the brain we're safe, that this is not an actual danger. And over time, what this translates to is a neurological change, actual change in our brain. We develop a new neural pathway. So the neural pathway that was initially developed when we experienced insomnia for the first time and it became conditioned response, all conditioned means is that it's learned, right? And so it's a learned response, a learned behavior, but now it's happening on autopilot, automatic, right? And this is why it becomes almost like a program or a loop, a neural loop. And this is what essentially insomnia is, but a lot of other inner struggles can fall under this as well. And as we start responding in this new way and we allow the difficult emotions, sensations, and thoughts to be present without fighting and resisting them so much, knowing that it's actually safe to experience it, our brain has just misidentified these very harmless things as dangerous. And it can do this with not just wakefulness, which is what insomnia is, a fear of wakefulness or the perceived danger threat of being awake at night. It can also do this with emotions, right? Or thoughts as well. So it's just misidentifying these experiences that we're having as dangerous when they're not. So basically our job in recovery, as we move towards developing a new neural pathway that's about safety and okayness and I am capable and I can handle this, we do this over time. And very, very gradually, we start to lower that hyperarousal, and very gradually, the fight or flight mechanism is turned off. But this does happen slowly. So, for example, if you were to have been in a car accident or you had some other sort of traumatic event, it's going to linger in your system for a while. It is going to take time for your nervous system to come back to homeostasis when you've experienced a very intense, a very challenging life event, right? So this is just normal. And so these remnants of the kind of residual fears or some lingering anxiety, it's just very much a part of that system, that it's going to take a while to turn down that hyperarousal and that alert state of our amygdala, essentially. So what's really cool to know here and what's important to understand is that the nervous system is really a self-regulating system, which means that there's nothing special we need to do. The nervous system just needs enough time, space, and support to come back into regulation. So let's break down those two concepts just a little bit. So, or three, time, space, and support. So time, it's going to take some time for the nervous system to come back into regulation. And it just varies person to person how long this takes, but it does take time. And it also takes space. So space, when I talk about space, I'm talking about allowing. So allowing the discomfort to be there, knowing it's safe, it's not dangerous to experience discomfort, allowing all of the emotions, the thoughts, and the sensations to be present, giving them space, letting our scared brain understand that it's not dangerous to experience any of these things, right? And then of course support. So support is the support that you're going to kind of need while you're going through recovery. And I don't just mean outside support, which having a community that is supportive is super helpful. Co-regulation from people in your life that are supportive, partners, friends, that kind of a thing. And also education, right? The education, the learning, the understanding, that's also support. Support it from different kinds of books, podcasts, all the education that you can get. Medications can even be a support. There's all kinds of things that we can support ourselves along the way to recovery, right? So, but that's the most important thing to understand here, is that it is a self-regulating system. Time, space, and support, it will very naturally come back into regulation. So I hope that makes sense. The echo of these anxious thoughts, the echo of the residual fears will start to fade as that hyperarousal is turned down. And that will happen as we keep responding in this new way, by showing the brain it's perfectly safe to experience this discomfort, albeit not preferred, right? But over time, the brain really learns that it's a safe experience to have, and it stops sounding the alarm bells when we have these experiences. And then when we experience, normal feelings of anxiety or fear, or, any emotion that might come our way, we are no longer hyper fixated on it. It's just a normal feeling that's going to come and go. And that's true with the thoughts too. They're going to come and go on their own. I still occasionally have a sleep thought, but it just has no traction anymore. There's nowhere for it to go. There's no story, there's no narrative. It just comes and goes like any other thought I might have throughout the day. It's no staying power. So I hope that helps, and I hope it makes sense, and I really appreciate your support. Everybody is free to ask a question or comment, and I will do my best to answer. And please like and subscribe so the content can reach more people. Thanks so much.